Hello, welcome to Motormint Garage. My name is Dave. This is a quick channel intro to explain about me and what this channel is going to involve, and the projects that we're going to be working on. Um, Firstly, a quick disclaimer. I am not an expert in motorcycles. This channel is going to be motorcycle based, but I am not an expert. I do work with motorcycles professionally. I have formal training. As I say, professionally, I work with Hondas. Personally, on my personal projects, at the moment, this is all Triumph based stuff. In our first series of videos, the intro series, if you like, we will be going into detail about fitting motogadget. The bike that this is specifically going to be going on is a 2003 Triumph Daytona 955. This particular bike is only a Daytona in the fact that the engine and the frame itself is a Daytona, but everything else on the bike is speed triple. In a later video, I will go through the bike and explain what I've done to it, and what parts I've used, and I could also offer advice on various things that I've done to the bike and how I've done it and which parts I've used. Primarily, all the parts are Triumph parts for the bones of the bike, so things like frame, swing arm, wheels, fairings, headlights. It's all Triumph stuff, but we'll be adding multiple aftermarket parts, and the first beginning, or at least the first series, will be revolving around these motogadget items. This is a little bit different in that most projects focus on attaching these things to a old bike. Not that this is a new bike by any means, but in a lot of cases, bikes that run sort of carburetors and stuff like that, where this is being a 20-year old bike, you know, it has injection, it has an ECU, it has, you know, engine management system, so it's very modern in that sense, or more modern in that sense. And what this will be focusing around is how I am going to take the standard wiring loom of that bike, and I'm going to graft out what I don't need and graft in these items to the bike, so that I can run some of the motogadget functions, particularly the mow ride, which I'm going to be using in quite an interesting way, I hope, if it all works, and also being able to utilize things like the motogadget mow button, which is going to allow me to have single wire communication from my handlebars to my mow unit blue, which is obviously going to help with wire cluttering. So what I'm going to be doing on the next video, I'm going to be focusing solely on a particular item. So for example, I may choose to do the unit, I may choose to do the motoscope display. With these things, I will be doing like a bench test, so show you methods of how you can set these things up on the bench so you can get a proper understanding of what you're doing before you try and graft it onto your motorcycle, which is, in my opinion, is always the best way to do it. Personally, I think anybody can fit these things, um, but it just takes a little bit of reading, a little bit of trial and error. I'm bound to make mistakes, so you can learn from them as much as I will. Um, so what we will have to be putting on this bike is, obviously, we have the motoscope. I have two of them. I will be explaining why shortly. The M unit blue. We have a couple of breakout boxes. The reason I have two breakout boxes, I want to go explain a little bit about a problem I had with these, and also it relates to why I have two displays as well, but I hope to utilize all of this in one bike. We obviously have the Mo button, and I have many momentary buttons from motogadget which will be used to operate this bike. We have a few other things. I have a one of these, which is a GPS speedo, which is one way that you can connect your dash or one of these dashes to your bike and not have to run a speed sensor, which again simplifies things and makes it overall much cleaner look. We have a quick shifter, which is not motogadget. It's by Tech, which also I will be doing a installation video on this. It's very simple. I'll be explaining how that all works when the time comes. I will also be delving into the stuff you need to do this kind of thing, because you can't just go out and buy this or this and expect to have everything you need to do a good job. You need wire ferrules, you need crimping tools, you need weather pack connectors, you need Tessa tape, you need all these things that will ultimately make a really nice job, which is what we're looking to do. We're looking to do a clean amateur job. We don't want it to look rubbish. We want it to look really good, and that's what we're going to strive for. Whether we achieve it or not, who knows, but this is what we're looking for. So as I say, in the next video, I'll be selecting one of these items and demonstrating it to the best of my ability. If you see me make any mistakes, then please bring it to light, and we can discuss it as a community. I don't hide anything. If I make a boo-boo, you will see it. As I say, don't copy me. If you do so, you do so at your own risk. So it might be that I go through some of the sundries that you need on the next video, but it will be all based around the equipment that I have and the items that I have for this project, just to get everything laid out so everybody knows what I have and what I'm going to do with it. So the bike that this will be going on specifically is a 2003 Triumph Daytona, which I will go into in a later video. I will introduce you to the bike. All of the projects currently will be based around this bike. There are other projects waiting in the wings. We'll see how this goes. Also, I have a Triumph Tiger, which is a daily user, which I ride all the time. So I'll obviously be doing maintenance videos and also maybe discussing common faults that I found with this bike. So there will be opportunities for, if anybody has one of these bikes and they have problems, chances are I know what it is. So don't, you know, feel free to ask me any questions regarding that particular bike. So in the next video I will be going into some of this stuff, and I will see you then.